In the next lesson, we're going to be using our trig functions to find the missing angle. So as always, the first thing we're going to do is label the sides of the triangle. We know that the side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse, so we can label that an H. The side that is next to our angle, okay, here's our angle, the side next to it is adjacent, so we label that A, and the side that's opposite our angle is going to be labelled with O. Now, we look at our triangle and we see that we have information regarding A and H, adjacent side and the hypotenuse. We don't have any information for the opposite, and we're not going to be using it. So we're looking at A and H. If we look at our SOHCAHTOA, we can see that we're losing A and H, that is going to be cos. So now we write down the formula, okay? Always start with this, which is cos of our angle is equal to A over H. Next thing we do is we substitute in the values that we have. We know that A is equal to 10, so that's equal to 10, and we know that our hypotenuse is equal to 18, so that is equal to 18. So cos of my angle is equal to 10 over 18. Now, the new bit here is if we want to find what our angle is, this means cos our angle, so to get back to our angle we have to do the inverse of cos. So our angle is the inverse of cos, which we write as cos with a little minus 1 above it, 10 over 18, like so. Now this is equal to 56.3. So that is 56.3 degrees because we're finding the angle. Now what I want you to do now is to pause this video and make sure you've taken these notes down carefully. Now I'm going to show you what buttons you need to press on your calculator so you can do this yourself, and then you're going to have a go at a couple of questions yourself. So my question, I needed inverse cos of 10 over 18. So I hit shift and then cos, which gives me inverse cos, and then I simply do 10 divided by 18. The brackets have opened, so I need to close them, hit equals, and I get my answer of 56.25, which is the size of the angle. What I want you to do now is to draw this triangle and then pause the video and have a go at doing it yourself, and then play the video and you can check your answer. So once you've had a go, you should have seen that the first thing I need to do is to label my triangle. This is my hypotenuse, which is H. The angle opposite is O, and then the angle next to it is adjacent. I'm not going to need the adjacent. I'm using O and H so I can see that that is sine. So I write down my formula, which is sine of my angle, sine theta is a letter we use to refer to the angle, sine theta is O over H. I then substitute in the values I know, so sine theta is 9 over 20. Then I need to use inverse sine to find the angle, so I do inverse sine of 9 over 20. You now know how to put that into a calculator, and when you do, shift sine 9 over 20 gives you 26.7 degrees. Again, I want you to pause the video, draw this triangle, have a go at the question, and then check your answer at the end. So your answer should have been, or your process should have been, I first label the triangle, which is hypotenuse opposite the right angle, adjacent to the angle is A, and opposite the angle is O. I then look at the two sides that I want. I'm looking at O and A, 9 and 12, so I know if I'm looking at O and A it's going to be tan. So therefore I'm going to write down my formula. Tan of my angle is opposite over adjacent. I then substitute in my values. Tan of theta is going to be 12 over 9. And to find my angle I always use inverse if I want to find the angle. So it's inverse tan, which I write as tan minus 1, 12 over 9. And when I put that into my calculator, I get 53.1 degrees. So make sure your notes are complete with those 3 worked examples, so when you're ready to come into the lesson I can just give you the questions and you can get straight on with it. Cheers.